Hello friends, you're with the Lonesome Gamer and we're playing 1856. Until now we've only seen a single operating round, but still we are already in phase 2. The first 3 train was purchased by the WGB, and that allows now placement of the green tiles and the selling of the private companies to the majors. So the priority is over here, but as in most second stock rounds of these 18xx games, the players who started a company are pretty much all out of money. So only this guy here who passed during the first stock round, he has now $205 here. Now he could start now his own company if he would be interested, and in general he is, because he holds 2. And by the way, I forgot to pay out in the last turn in the operating round. I forgot to pay out the privates, but I did this then off camera. He holds 2 privates, so he is definitely interested in starting a major company, if not only to sell the privates to that company, because I doubt that he's gonna make a lot of money when selling privates to other players' companies. They're probably not willing to pay that much. I mean, there might be, for example, interest here on the St. Clair Frontier Tunnel Company from this guy, because that would give him more money here if he goes to Sarnia or Port Huron. But it's very questionable that he's willing to pay more than, I don't know, let's say 100 or so. And in theory, if he has his own company, he can sell it for double the amount. So he's definitely interested in starting his own company sooner or later. But at the moment, if we take a look here, all the 2 trains are already gone. So because we don't have a full capitalization, and the companies don't have that much starting money, it would be impossible to buy 2 trains. We could only run a single 3 train. And if we now look, for example, here at the Great Western or at other companies with 2 trains, they simply make more money than a company that only runs a single train. Obvious. So it might be a better idea to invest right now in one of the other companies to get more back if they pay out. And then there is still a good option maybe later in the game to start his own company. So let's see. If he wants to invest, well, as I said, the Great Western looks like a solid investment. It would do a 30 and 50 run here, and if it lays track here or there, it can do another 40 runs, so that would be 90. That's definitely promising. The other one with that one, though, would be this one here, the LPS. That goes here, 50, and then another one here. Now, yeah, which would be also 50. So that's maybe even more promising. It's $100. So maybe just for short-term investment, the LPS is the strongest option. And maybe even for long-term investment. It's hard to say right now. What about the WR? Well, might as well say maybe one of the other players says, you know, if you invest here, we can also make a lot of money. We can make 50 here. We can make 40 here. That would be also 90. And then we can start that one here pretty soon. Problem with the Welland is that the guy is sitting right behind him, or before him basically, because I play anti-clockwise. Therefore, there is always a good risk that he will dump the company on him. So that's kind of dangerous, but maybe not at the very beginning of the game. So I don't know. I might as well take, I don't know, I mean, I might say, okay, I take one of the LPS and another one maybe of the WR. So the LPS will cost me 90. And the money goes straight into the treasury of the company. So it's 75, 80, 90. And we're going to get ourselves here a share. Now this guy passes, that means priority goes here. And then I'm going to invest more, maybe $80 in the Welland. So we're going to get back, let's see, we got 75. Wow. Yeah. We can put like this, $100 here and $20 go back. Fine. And we go in the operating rounds, and now we got 2 operating rounds between the stock rounds. First, the privates will pay out, and I'm going to do that off camera. Okay, first operating round, the LPS made a sharp turn here. And, well, do we need a loan? I think not. I think we're good right now. There's not a lot we can do anyway at the moment. We got to make a connection here, and we could also go to London or St. Thomas, try to find a connection here, because London makes more money. And I think this is actually, yeah, that's my destination, St. Thomas. So I think I don't want to take a loan. I'm just going to run my 2 trains. So as I said, it's twice $50. So that's 100. That is pretty good. $10 per share. This guy gets 20%. Gets $20. And this guy gets 10. Okay, and of course, because the company paid out, the share value rises again. And I realized I made a mistake. I didn't pay enough. I should have paid the par price, not the actual price. So this guy has to pay a little more. Pretty sure I paid only the actual price. So that means I have to pay 10 more in here and also 10 more in here to get the shares I wanted. Next, it's the WR, and they they have a problem. There are only these 4 tiles left. So they don't really have the option to go to Fort Erie. They simply cannot go there. That sucks, because it's not allowed to place a tile in a way that would go off map. That's pretty bad for them. So what they gotta do is they have to upgrade this tile first. And then this is pretty bad, actually. I didn't imagine that there are so little tiles here. Yeah, but we have to upgrade that into a green one before we actually can place a new one here. Shit. It's not that unlikely that someone else might use that tile. Oh boy, that kind of sucked. Let's see if we can, we can place it that way. And that means we can only run a single train. That's painful. I didn't take that under consideration, nor did this guy here. He could have checked for the yellow tiles, but these are things that are easy to overlook. Okay, so that means he can only run a single train, because you can use your piece of track only once per operating round. That means he gets only $60. So it's 12 here and 6 here. But still, the share value will rise. In addition, well, wait a minute here. Let's first 50. You know what? Actually, I made a mistake here. No, I have to do that. Yeah, that's true. To be able to upgrade this one. I thought I could upgrade that one right away, but that wasn't possible. So now I can upgrade this one in the next turn. I could take a loan and grab another 3 train at that point. That would be possible. Why would I want to do that? Well, then I could make this run and also this run here. But to make this run, I absolutely need I absolutely need one of these cities here, either that one or that one. I'm not going to get that one, that's for sure. That one is also gone. So I won't get these 2 cities. There is no way for that. So I have to place one of these other city tiles. Damn it. I have to place first this city tile, and then I have to upgrade that in a way that I can go in here. This is all not good anymore. It looked like a very profitable investment, but now lots of problems during track laying, whatever. Maybe some workers are in strike or whatever's going on there, but it's simply not possible to get into this damn city. And if this player really wants to piss me off, and he probably will, he can simply take that remaining tile here, and then in the next turn we still won't have the option to go to 40 So I think honestly for the moment it makes no sense to buy another 3 train. We have to wait. That's a very, very interesting situation. Maybe companies might even consider saying, hey, you know what, I'm not upgrading, but he has to upgrade his track sooner or later if he wants to break out somehow. So yeah, he has to do it. He cannot just block the other guy by not upgrading his track. That wouldn't make a lot of sense for him. So, but it can, yeah, whatever. I'm not gonna take a loan, that's what I wanted to say. Okay, and I gotta pay interest for my loan. Now I might even consider paying back the loan. But yeah, I don't think I want to do that either. So let's simply pay out $10 and then we're done here. And now it's the GW over here. And they're going to lay track, and their goal is to get to Windsor. So they are definitely interested in kind of going this way, right? And to do that, because Windsor is right over here, to do that they needed exactly that piece of track. Because in this way they don't have to move through these crappy spaces here. I mean, theoretically he could consider moving through here and then during a later turn upgrade this into a town, which isn't also too bad. But actually there is not even a tile here which allows this kind of movement. So if he wants to go to St. Thomas, he has to use this tile. Because again, otherwise he would also have to use a straight which would lead into the water, which is an illegal tile placement. So, bad news for the Welland Railway. And then we can make our run, obviously. We can now run 2 trains, even without laying a second station. I thought I had to go to Woodstock and place a station marker there and then run my trains like this. But now, when that tile is free, it's unnecessary to do that. So that's even better for me, and I get also $100 for my run. And this guy's really pissed. He didn't consider this development at all when he invested in the Welland Railway. WGB is also a little bit in trouble here. Their goal was basically to go here and then to Kitchener. No, that would have been nice. But again, the tile is simply missing. It's interesting how terribly limited these tiles are. But okay, I think in 1830 you don't have any turns in cities at all. You only have the straight cities with the yellow tiles. So maybe it's there's no reason to complain here. Okay, we're gonna place this one then here, and then we also have to upgrade that to go to Kitchener later. And yeah, then we can simply do our run. Sadly we can, when we're down here, we can only run that 3 train on 2 spaces, so it's only $40. Not too great. Gives the player $12. So Next operating round. And again the LPS starts. Now what they do this time is they take a loan, $100. So let's see, there we go. And then they will purchase, and they can do that anytime during their turn, they will purchase the Great Lakes Shipping Company from this player for 140. This is the maximum allowed, and of course the guy is interested to do that. So they gotta pay $40 back. 100, wait a minute. 10, 20. Yeah. 5, 30, 40. Okay, and 100. All for this guy, and he can use that to reinvest, of course. So it's not that bad. He's got a lot of money. And then they place the port token, which we find here, right here. That's pretty amazing. Now I wonder if this only can be done if the port token counts for every train moving through there or just for a single train. Let's have a look there. Oh boy. So first of all, this company is closed now because the port token was placed and the company goes away. Raises the value of that city by 20 for only the owning company. Wow, that is insane. This is completely crazy. He's going to make a ton of money there now. And in addition to that, he's got a boost with his private finances. That was just great. Then he's going to upgrade this tile. And going to make it a green one. So let's see where we want to go. Well, we can do it like this. Or we can place it in a way that we can go west. But I think I want to do it like this, that we can go east. But, yeah, I mean, there will still be brown tiles also. So I think we're good with this. This is crazy. And this thing is now worth $50. It's going to be a big run. I think it's going to be $200 that way. Okay, and yeah, this is then we're going to make our run. And as I said, it's $200. No, that's not true actually. This would be 100 using this twice, and it's 160 then. Yep, but that's still awesome. So 16 per share. And again, I forgot the payment of the miners, of the privates. I did that off camera. The WR, well, it seems like they're actually lucky now. Finally, they can grab this one and go here to Buffalo and Fort Erie. And in addition to this, they're going to take another loan to be able to buy the 3 train. Okay, there we go. And we're going to make their run. It's definitely better this time, although not fantastic. But they can run two trains, so that's 50 and 60, so that's 110. And finally this thing starts to pay out, and he might even consider keeping that share now. But we'll see about that. So after running the train, we want to buy the 3 train. Means we have to pay 225, and we gotta pay $20 for loan interest. So that means it's we only have $5 left. There we go. In the treasury. But nice number of trains. Next it's the GW, and well, what is their goal? They could upgrade London. I think they should do that. So this one here gives them quite a bit more money. And then, let me see. I think I want to take a loan, $100, and buy the Canada company, and it keeps paying out. So at least you might say, okay, the interest for the loan is paid back here, and the player gets $100, which is awesome. Then we're gonna make our run. So it's let's see, that's 70 and another 70. It's 140, which is also pretty amazing. Got up at 10 for the loan for now, and then we want to pay out. The WGB, they're also going to take a loan. So right now most of the companies are going to buy their owners privates. It's right before the next stock round, so the owners want more money to reinvest that. Therefore, seems like a good idea. And that means now that they're going to buy for $80 the Waterloo and Solgene Railway Company. So for now that's also going to pay out, and they would be allowed to place now a tile here at the Kitchener space. So, and a free token, by the way. Okay, so that gives, let me see, this guy, they get $20. And this guy gets $80 for the loan, or for the company. There we go. And then we're going to place a tile here, Brantford. Sadly, we cannot make it to Kitchener. So we're going to place the tile here, and I'm going to use one of these markers here to indicate that this is the starting location. So I'm not allowed to place the marker here of the BBG. And we can run that 3 train. The run is only $60. That is definitely not impressive compared to the others. But hey, there's not a lot we can do about it. So we are now in a stock round. And this guy has priority. And actually, there's a lot of money out now, especially for some players, like this player here or that player here, who sold their privates and made a lot of income. This guy has more than $200 left. Now, theoretically, he could even start a new company. For example, here the CA, you know, work together with the others. That would not be a bad idea, but if they do this right now, it will only speed up the train rush. The question is that really something they want to do? It's hard to say. I mean, they got a lot of money. They make a lot of money with the 2-2 trains, so they might not want to lose them. On the other hand, you could say, yeah, okay, there's still quite a few trains left here, 3 trains, and it will probably take a while until they go away. Then again, it's not quite enough money, if I take a second look here, to actually make another company operating, because, well, we could do it if we don't start it at a very high price. Then we could grab 3 shares, but it would not be enough. Well, if we take a loan, we could buy a... I wonder if it's possible to take a loan right in the first round, but I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is. So, yeah, if we take a loan, we could definitely afford a 3 train here. And that is an attractive company. Definitely, we could go here, right? We could go to London. Yeah, it's okay, but we could definitely go here and then make this run. We could go here. So, question is, am I willing to risk that? Or do I say I invest more in the Great Western, where I already have 3%, and I definitely will be able to make a good amount of money there. Now, considering the fact that I'm a player who doesn't take too many risks, that player plays really conservative, it kind of feels like, yeah, maybe I should not risk too much. And maybe on a 1 to 5. I mean, I could also go into negotiations with this guy here. Say maybe we want to start a new company together. But on the other hand, he is interested in being the president, because he wants to get rid of his privates, and that he's not willing to allow that because he sits right behind him when it comes to priority order. Okay, I made my decision. I'm just going to invest in my own company. I think that's reasonable. The shares cost me $90. No, that's not true. The shares cost me $80. If I would sell them, I would be already at 90. So that's also kind of cool. Of course, it's possible that other people simply play around with the shares buy something for 80 and then sell in the next stock turn for 90. That is actually not a bad idea. Some people might want to do that. So let's see, for 80 bucks, I'm gonna buy another share of the Great Western. Well, the president of the Wellington Grey Bruce Railway, his own company sucks. He definitely realizes that. So I think he's going to invest in someone else's company. And Great Western is a good company, but maybe actually the Welland is more promising with its 3 trains. And also when it comes to priority order, that looks like a better idea. So he's gonna pay $100. Actually, nope. He's gonna pay only, the Welland started at 90. So he might consider, he might consider buying a share of the Great Western and then sell that again in the next stock round, It's a quick $10. Why not? Might be a good idea to do that. It's really tempting to do these kind of operations. You can do that a few times, basically. With more or less every company. You can do it only once, because once you've sold shares of a company, you cannot buy again in the same operating round. But as long as the par price is lower than the actual share value, hey, why not? And you also can hurt your enemy a little bit. You bring money into the company, which is of course an advantage for the other player, but its share value rises and you make money. The other player's share value falls and you make a little bit of money. So, and that might then allow him maybe to even buy, for example, 2 shares of the Welland. How much money does he have? He's got 155. So if he fucks up the Great Western ones and the London Port, he would have... he could even do it with his own shares. He would have 175. And that is not quite enough to... That's not quite enough to get a second share of the Welland. That's a shame. That really is a shame. I might even consider maybe doing the same with my company. We'll lower the share value by 1 space, but then I would be able to buy 2 shares of the Welland, and I think the Welland will make a lot of money next turn. They can make a 3 run from here, they can make a 2 run here and another 2 run here. That's pretty amazing. So I'm pretty sure that I actually want to do that. So let's simply buy a share of the let's buy a share. Well, actually, if I do this with the LPS, I even get more money. I forgot about that. Is that so? Yeah, the LPS started at 90. I can even make more money because now it's at 110. Now that's pretty awesome. I find that a little odd. Shouldn't it be the same with the other ones too? Why is the GW 80? Why is it only at 90? Huh. There's something I don't understand, honestly. I wonder why. Something is really weird here. I see what's weird. These suckers are in 3 different rows, while these suckers are only in 2 rows. So somewhere I made a mistake here. And actually this one should have started here, I think. Yeah, that one should have started here. Boy, shit. This is hard to... I definitely made mistakes here. This guy, I think he should have paid 10 additional bucks in there. I'm not even sure if he had that much money, but I'm gonna do it right now. I mean, that kind of sucks, but yeah, I don't want to play that wrong. Okay, so 10 bucks go in here. I'm pretty sure that this is how it should have been, because I was really confused that we have only 3 rows, that we have 3 different rows up here, but only 2 here. But now it makes sense. Now this guy, he buys another share of the LPS, as I said. So he grabs that one with the goal to get rid of it pretty soon. And now when I see that, other people might consider the same thing, and that will possibly crush the market quite a bit. And it's also not too interesting to watch that. So I'm going to do all these strange maneuvers off camera. For some people it might not be of such a big advantage. So we'll see where it's interesting and where it isn't. I just want to show you how things are a little complicated here, because, for example, this guy, he has 260 bucks. Now he's interested in investing in the Welland Railway, 1 share, because it makes a ton of money. In addition, he thinks, hey, if I manage to buy a second share here, or yeah, if a second certificate here, I'd get about 100 bucks in here, which allows me to buy a 3 train. And if I can make a connection here, you know, I can go this from here, from that city here, into London, which is amazingly cool. And I'll also be at my destination, by the way. So that's also something we might think about. So therefore, that would be then about 190 bucks, right? So we would end up exactly with about 70 bucks left, 72 bucks left. So if we can get 10 more bucks, we would, for example, be able to buy a share of the Great Western, which is a very strong company. So my idea is, for example, to buy a share of the Wellington, which sucks, buy it, sell it again in the next turn, and then start buying other stuff. You know, that's the stuff we can expect in these in this stock round here, as long as there's so many shares in the initial offer, and as long as the par price is lower than the actual share value. Now this player is in a different position. He only has 120 bucks or so. So even if he fiddles around like hell, he might be able to make a few bucks, but it's not going to be enough to buy him an additional share. So for him, it's more like, hey, Why should I give other players money for their railroad's treasury just to, for example, accelerate the train rush or something, while my own company is at the moment the best, the most profitable company? So I guess I'm not going to do that. Instead, I simply invest in my own company. We got $90 here. Okay, there we go. 75 and 90. That goes in here. No crazy market manipulations here. We're just in a very good position. Well, this player is considering selling the London and Port and Sarnia and, you know, buying 2 shares of the Welland. It's an interesting question if he wants to do that or not. Now, he's kind of asking that guy, yeah, how will your company do it? He says, you know, I mean, we're going to make a connection here. This guy is probably also working with me here. So in the second turn, we'll be able to make a lot of money there. I'm gonna. So yeah, maybe it's actually a good idea to hold that, and maybe it's even a better idea to invest in this instead of the Welland. Also considering the priority order a little bit. This one is a little further away than the Welland. And the Welland also has a few more loans. So I think I'm going to make a die roll here. The Welland is the one which gives him more money right away, but the other one is probably the one with the better long-term idea. So we're going to make it a 1-4 for the LPS. So yeah, we're going to go with the LPS. That means we're going to buy another share. Well, actually, I'm not even sure if I can afford that. Shit. That was a stupid idea. I cannot even afford that. So no reason to think about a ton of things. I'm going to invest in the Welland then. Well, I could also invest in one of these crappy ones. And yeah, give me a little more money. So I think that's what I want to do too. WGB. I mean, we can see, you know, people, this guy already invested in the WGB. So there is a good chance if I buy now my share for $80, the price will drop. I can see that already. So maybe it's a better idea to invest in the GW instead before someone else makes strange actions here. So we're gonna buy $80. We're gonna invest $80 here in the GW. In a way, we are even interested in that one. You know, maybe we should say, yeah, maybe I just buy that, and then, you know, I think actually that's what I want to do. I'm going to throw in $80 here. Get myself simply a share of the GW. There we go. I'm on the safe side here with 3 times a 10% investment. These two are very promising. And that one gives me also a lot of money. So I think I'm making a lot of money. I also have my 2 privates. So I'm in a good position here. Now, the owner of the Great Western is willing to buy himself another share for $80. But now it's getting a little interesting because 50% of the shares of the Great Western are already gone. We got here 40% and there 10%. So that means there are only 50% left in here. And now, I've already explained that, until a company doesn't reach its destination, which would in this case be Windsor, you can see that here, all the money above these 50% goes into the bank and not into the company's treasury. So, yeah, that means we're going to pay right now $80. Let me see if it's this one here, $80, and we're going to place them right here as a reminder that this money will be paid out as soon as we reach Windsor. Sadly, it is quite a while to get there. Okay, we've seen the stock turn of this guy and of that guy. Both sold the shares that they bought before, so that means that the LPS dropped and the WGB dropped. This guy invested in the GW, and this guy in the WR. Now he is out of money, so he's passing. What about him? He also passes. He's got 3 good shares, he's fine. This sucker, well, he has somebody left. $50, but that's not going to be enough. So he also passes. Basically, we're going to see these two guys fiddling around a little bit. His plan is still to get rid of the GW, so he drops it in the open market. That means the price goes down by 10, the value, but he gets $90 out of this. And now he can actually reinvest that into a share of the Valant. And that would be then $80. And if I'm not mistaken, no, $90 actually. And do I have enough money now to buy 2 shares? So this is 100. No, I don't. Shit. What was I thinking here? I need 180, right? Yeah, I wanted to... If I sell now my own shares, I don't get any money back. Shit. So all that seemed like a little bit of a waste here, simply because I wanted to also sell one of my own shares, but that dropped already. So I cannot make... Well, I could sell it anyway. It's probably... Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do that. Well, nobody else is holding my share, so I'm going to do it in the next stock round. And I'm going to invest in the Welland Railway, $90. And there are also now 50% of the shares are gone of the Welland, so that means that the remaining money goes to the bank for now. Okay, given the situation that I cannot get enough money to get 2 shares of the Welland, which was my overall goal, I might as well invest in my own company. So I'm going to spend another $80 before the money just sits here. I think I'm going to spend another $80 and grab another share here of the Wellington. And that money goes in my company. You know, might not give a lot of profit, but at least it's a healthy company. And investing too much in these guys is also kind of questionable. By the way, priority goes here now, simply because, you know, he might consider taking another loan, buying the Niagara Falls, and then this becomes a little bit of a questionable company. They make still a lot of money, but they got 3 loans, and yeah, you know, a lot of 2 trains. I don't know. We'll see about that. So we're at the end of the stock round, and I guess we're going to go into the next operating round now. And priority deal is, as I said, here. Well, this guy still has a lot of money though, so it's not going to be there any longer because I want to do something. I want to invest in my own company. And yeah, my goal was actually to also invest in the Great Western. And I think I can do that. I forgot about that. So that's what I want to do. I'm going to invest $100. Wait a minute. We got 2 shares, 3, 4. So yeah, I can invest 100 in this one, and that gives 100 additional buck here to the company, which is a good thing. And then, well, all the other players are out of money, so they're all gonna pass. As a last action, I'm gonna spend another $80 to buy a share of the Great Western. And yeah, I think we're gonna simply take it out of the initial offering right now. Do we? Hard to tell. Maybe I want to buy the one from the open market, because that way the Great Western will not be able to use that and they won't get an additional income, and I'm not too interested in making the Great Western too powerful. So I think I prefer to take the one from the market, and the money goes back into the bank. Priority is with this guy, and we're going to now do an operating round. Okay, I think, I'm not sure though. I think I want to place that city like this, because that will allow me then, well, I mean, when the brown phase, I could then move like this, because there's a token that allows it to go through here then. But if I place it like this, it might be easier for me to go there twice in a single turn, which would also be allowed. But then again, if I place it like this, I might even consider going like this, which is probably also a pretty awesome idea. Yeah, who knows? Lots of things to think about. I think I'm going to place it like this for now. So that means wait a minute, I think, no, I paid out the privates this time. So I'm going to take a loan with the Welland, a third loan. Well, actually, I don't, yeah, do I want to do that? Maybe it's not necessary to do that. I might as well consider giving simply all the money, but then I cannot lay track here anymore. So yeah, I think I want to actually take a loan. And this is a little painful, because we'll lose quite a bit that way. Damn, I don't know if I really want to do that. 3 loans is a lot. No, I'm not going to do that. Instead, I give this guy all the money from the company to get the Niagara Falls suspension bridge. Okay. And that allows him now to get an additional $10 for the bridge. And by the way, other players could buy themselves that privilege too, but at the moment it doesn't make a lot of sense. But for me it's pretty good. And by the way, the minor will remain open and it will pay out basically the interest for the loan. So for now that's okay. And we're gonna make our run now, and this is gonna be pretty good. We can run two trains, so we can do these 70. In addition, remember we get now 10 more, we can do another 70 here, so that's 140. And then we can do this one here, so that's 50, 90. So that is 230. Definitely an impressive run for now. And it's time to use the tables now. So that means this player will get $69. Pretty good. Now I forgot one thing, because there's no money in the treasury to pay for the loan. $20 have to be subtracted from the dividend. So it's not 230 but only 210. So he's going to pay back $6. But still pretty good. $21 for this guy. And 21 for this guy. And another 21 for this guy. So they're all happy, and the value will raise. And then it's the LPS. And they're going to lay track here with the goal to make a connection down here. So simply like this. And then they're also going to make a lot of money. And they also have enough money in here to buy a third train, which they want to do. So again, it's 50, 100, $160. They're going to pay $10 for the loan. So these guys, they paid their interest, and they're going to buy another train, 3 train, right here. And there we go. Okay. Share value rises, and now it's the WGB, definitely not in a good shape. Well, at least when it comes to the money they make. Yeah. Holy shit. I mean, they might consider maybe moving around like this and then go from Kitchener from the north. That sounds like an interesting option. Who knows when these 2 tiles will be upgraded. I mean, that one maybe in the next turn, but I don't want to wait for that too long. So we're going to take that one, place it here, trying to move to Kitchener in the next turn, which will then give us a little more money. How much is that? Kitchener, well, that's $40. Yeah. Okay, why not? You know, I'm thinking, I mean, if I upgrade these suckers, yeah, let's do it that way. I think that's okay. I think it's okay. Yeah. The problem is, basically I'm interested in going here, right? But I think I cannot do that with the tiles available. In some other games, I think you have these tiles, but you don't have them here. So maybe that idea is also not that great. Maybe I should simply upgrade my tracks for now. Hope someone else will upgrade this city so I can simply do it like... Well, fuck it, man. I can simply upgrade that city. I forgot about that. This is a good idea. I'm simply going to upgrade that one, and then I'm fine. So, yeah, let's see. Which direction do I want to go? I definitely want to go to Kitchener, so I could either place it like this, or I could take one of these other markers, but I think this is the more valuable. Well, on the other hand, what happens if I place it like this? You know, I could go here to Burlington and then even to Toronto. Maybe that's even a better idea. Well, but then I'm no longer... I see. That's not that great. So let's see, we have... So I think I want to do it like this then. Make a connection here, and then I can still go here. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Okay, cool. So that means I get a little more money now from that run. It's 50, 70, still not great, but it's something. The player of the Western, he takes a loan. Okay, so that's 100. And then he lays track. And now there is a connection here. Between the LPS and the GW. And then I think he also wants to place a station marker here for $40. There we go. And then we're going to make our run. We got two trains. That's... We need a 3 train. We definitely do. But let's see. If we... Where can we make more money? That would be simply 100 run. Is it? No, that's 90. It's 60. No, wait a minute. 120. That's not bad. But I think we can make more money if we go 70 and another 70. That would be 140. Right? Yeah, that's better. So I'm going to do that. Make that run. Gonna pay $20 interest. That's a lot. And it's 140. I own 50%, which is pretty awesome. So I get 70. And a few guys get 14. In addition to that, I'm gonna buy myself a train. Okay, for 225. There we go. Okay. So we're going to make a lot more money in the next operating round. That's it. And then we come to the next operating round. Okay, the Welland takes another loan. It's a tough decision because once you go down that road, it's pretty clear that you cannot hold the company for the rest of the game. You will drop it in the Canadian government railways. On the other hand, you know, the idea is, if I take another loan now, I can make my way to Hamilton, which will give me the money here. And I also want to continue investing in that one. I think it's not bad. And that means that I think I need a 4 train to be safe. I need to get a permanent train. Because when the 5 trains are purchased, I think the 3 trains are wrapped. And the 6 trains will probably... Oh, is that not true? Maybe it's not that way. Let's see. Actually, that's not true. So I am already on the safe side here. No, phase 6. All 4 trains are scrapped. Yeah, no, I'm not. Because... No, wait a minute. When is the CGR actually formed? At phase 5. And that is the one when the first 6 train is purchased. Exactly. So until then, I'm basically safe because I already have a 3 train. So I could always dump the company into the CGR, and there will be no forced train purchase for me as the president of the Welland. Okay. What does that mean? Well, I mean, still, if I want to make more money with these guys, I don't know. I mean, what about buying the 3 train before someone else does? It will kill my... Because if someone else... The thing is, I'm considering starting a new company. You know, I got a lot of money here. I got 200 and whatever. So I might want to start a company, let's say maybe here. But then again, I'm kind of tokened out here already. But it's still an interesting point here. You know, you could go from here to here with a 4 train or something. There's definitely money there. And this is a good time to start a new company. But if I do that, then I don't know, man. The 3 train will go away. Maybe a 4 train will be purchased. And I will lose my ability to make a lot of money. So there are so many things to consider here. On the other hand, if I buy my own 3 train, for example, if I swallow or something and take a loan, I could buy another 3 train, which I would not exactly need in this position here. I can only run so many trains, so it's not that interesting. But let's imagine I would do that. It's harder to start a new company. You know, the guys would have to invest to buy at least 4 shares of a given company. So they want to have at least then $350 in the treasury. It is definitely an interesting decision. If we want to buy that 3 train, it could protect us a little bit from other people forming another company, except if they cooperate. Then they can do it. Otherwise, it's probably going to be hard to get $350 at that point of the game to start another company. Not impossible, but not that easy too. In addition, I would be the company who makes the most money, even if I cannot completely use my trains. I could only basically run 3 2 trains and 1 3 train. But it's still, you know, if I make a connection here and then here, if I make an upgrade here, I could do it. Question is, there are no... the problem is there are no tiles left. So I could not go in here and make this connection, which is, well, actually there is. This is not a city. I can simply go. That's not a problem at all. So yeah, I might really consider doing that. If I swallow once, I might end up in a very strong position here. That could be a good idea. I'm going to take another loan. That loan is only worth $70 for the moment. Because we got to pay all our interest, but that's okay. And then we're going to do that run, and I hope I haven't miscalculated here. So let's see, it's 40, 70. This is another 70, so that's 140. Yeah, easy. That's 140. Do I need another loan? That's an interesting loan. We'll see about that. And that is 50. And another 40, that's 90. That's 230. Sadly, we cannot pay the $20. Otherwise, we wouldn't even need a loan, I think. That would have, yeah, but we have to pay the interest, so we get only 210, so we are $15 short if we swallow. So yeah, we have to take that loan. But anyway, we're going to swallow here, so that means the share value drops, but I think it is a good idea anyway. And we'll see. So that means we got to pay, we get $5, and then we can buy that second train here. I think we can run 4 trains at that point, right? Indeed, that's fine. We can run 4 trains, so we're good. And this is now a real challenge for the other players, how to deal with that, because this is going to be a very powerful company. And actually, I forgot to make a tile placement, so I'm going to spend another $40. There we go. And I want to place, gosh, I might actually upgrade that first. That's what I want to do, yeah. I want to upgrade that first. Hey, maybe then, I know, it's still not quite enough. That's a shame, but I thought I might be able to avoid that loan, but that's not going to happen. So I can upgrade this just like that. And in the next turn we can then do this, and we can then run really 4 trains. That's pretty amazing. But we get 10 additional bucks now. So that means, yeah, it's simply, actually we get, yeah, it's 10 more bucks. They go into the treasury of the Welland because of this city here. Here's the thing, I missed one thing, and that is the payout of the privates. I missed that. That's pretty important in this case, because that means the Welland will actually have, oh, actually the money goes in here. The Welland will actually have the money to buy that train without, because of this. They get a 20 bucks, so they were 15 bucks short. Oh gosh, let's undo this. I don't need that loan anymore. Yeah, I think it worked like this. I'm not absolutely positive, but I think I should have 20 bucks left here now. I forgot to take the 20 bucks here. If I would not have to take a loan, I have to pay 10 bucks less interest. So, and I get an additional 10 bucks here, which I also forgot. So I think in general that sounds right. I don't take the loan. Instead, first thing I do is I upgrade that. The first thing that happens is I get 20 bucks here. I upgrade this thing. I run my trains, and then I have the money to buy that. This should be right now. But I swallowed, of course. That's I swallowed, and now it's the LPS. And they're also in a good shape. There is no doubt about that. But, yeah, there is... Shit. There is now the big question, should we force out the 4 trains? But it doesn't really help. You know, this guy has, I mean, even if he loses these 2 trains, he still has 2 trains. And he's in a very good shape then. So I think that was a very wise move of him. So the LPS. Let's see what they can do. They can run 3 trains. They can upgrade. Well, I mean, yeah, why not? They can upgrade that one. I think that will help. So that... Do you want to go like this? Yeah, I think they actually want to go like this. It's probably the best they can do. They don't really need a token, at the moment at least. They're pretty confident that this might not be necessary. I mean, on the other hand, it gives you a ton of money, so maybe they should actually place a token there. But that would mean they need another loan. Fuck. And they don't really want to take that loan. Well, actually, I don't think they necessarily need that token, because this city is for them of the same value as that one. They're both worth 50 because of the port, so it doesn't really make a difference. Okay, so they're going to run their 3 trains. The 2 trains go that way. So that is, wow, that's 80, and another 80, that's 160. In addition, they go here. So that's another 100, that's 260, that's 290. This is extremely impressive, I think, for the owners of these railroads. So, poor player of the WGB. He doesn't really make money. He could now place a tile here to, yeah, and grab Kitchener. But then again, if he does that, the company here will close. And the company pays $10 in here, so maybe that's not necessary, and it's also not such a big advantage to go to Kitchener for the moment. I'm actually considering going to Hamilton, and then maybe we can do this here. Maybe that's a better idea. Then again, if we do that, we cannot upgrade anything, we cannot improve our income by any means. If I go to Kitchener now, I would make 20 more bucks. So, is that worth it? Well, I don't know. It's hard to say, man. Maybe it is. But going to Hamilton and place maybe a dot here, that's also really tempting. You can try to get a connection to this rich area down here. I mean, the problem is that's not exactly where the WGB wants to go. They want to go to Goderich. But it's still very questionable if we can't hold on to the company at all. I mean, this player is already in a very bad shape here. That definitely wasn't a good investment here. I'm going to take a loan. My idea is maybe, just maybe, if I then in the next operating round, I might be able to buy a 4 train. I think I could, yeah, I'm pretty sure I could do that by then. And then I can damage at least most of the other railways. So I think that is something that makes sense. Gonna take a loan. And yeah, then I hope I can afford that. But I think I can. So if I take another, it's going to be close. If I take another, I need 350 bucks. So if I start busting through here, it's not going to work that way. Oh man. You know what? I've got an idea. I could swallow. And then, if I go here, yeah, I think that's what I want to do. Right now I would get 50 bucks, 70 bucks. Okay, that's not a lot. Is it enough to buy that train? No, it isn't. Oh, actually it would be. Ha, that's funny. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy that 4 train. And in this way I can fuck up all the other companies who have tons of 2 trains. Because I'm the only company who doesn't. And maybe in that way, I probably cannot exchange all the things or something. But I might be able to somehow maybe slow down my You know, at least the company is not as bad compared to the others as it was before. So I'm gonna upgrade this tile here, I guess, into that one. Okay. And then I'm gonna make a run of 80. And I'm gonna swallow. And that gives me then enough money. Well, I gotta pay an interest of 20 though. It's close, but it works. Okay, so I'm gonna swallow. And I'm gonna pay the interest for my 2 loans. Share value drops, but that doesn't matter anymore. And now I'm gonna buy myself for 350 bucks the first 4 train. And that's something the other guys didn't expect. Pretty cool. So that starts the next phase. Let's see what that means. Oh boy. Shit. It sucks, man. Oh, come on. Where is that stupid overview? Maybe it's on the back or something? Yeah. Ah, there we go. Probably is here. Awesome. So this is, yeah, the train limit is now 3 and the type 2 trains are scrapped. That's all that happens. Yeah, we still got our yellow and green tiles. Okay, cool. So, there we go. Now this sucker is only running 3 trains. And that's extremely painful for him. That really sucks, because it's still for him to go. So he could have done a great run, you know, but he cannot run that anymore. He cannot run these 2 trains anymore. Now this is really painful. I mean, the Welland is now still in a good shape. They managed to grab that other 3 train, so they are doing fine. And the funny thing is that I have a 3 and a 4 train, which I cannot use at all. But, you know, I somehow had to stop the others. And, yeah, it's funny that the fact that the others bought shares from my company to get more money, you know, and just to ruin my... and in that way ruin my share value, well, I can pay that back now. This way I had a lot of money in the company. I didn't purchase a lot of train at the beginning, so now, yeah, the other guys are back in trouble. Okay, so it's now a simple decision. We gotta try to get another train. So we're gonna take another loan, right? And it's a little odd, but I'm gonna take one for 70 here. And then we can run the train, and I'm gonna swallow, and then in the next turn I'll be able to buy myself a 4 train by taking a 4th loan maybe. This is painful, but it seems like the company will probably end up in the CGR at the end. Crazy shit. So, we have a 50, 80, that's 110 run. So we're going to swallow, that means the price drops. I mean, of course, we could also pay out at that point. And say, screw it, we simply hold on to this one. But I think it makes sense to do that. It's 110. Now if I take another loan in the next turn, pretty sure I can get myself... Can I? I'm not even sure. I have to swallow again. Shit. Boy, that sucks, man. It really sucks. It's a tough decision. I mean, I could simply continue running the company on a 3 train. On a single 3 train, take my $65, sell all the shit. You know, I mean, it would rise at least if I do that. Instead of falling, it would rise. Could sell all the fucking shares except for the for that one and simply start a new company. Maybe that's a good idea. I think I feel like that's something I might want to do instead of continuing holding on to that one. So on a 1 to 5, I'm going to do that. And yeah, that's what I want to do. So I'm not going to take I don't need a loan, actually. No, I'm not going to take a loan here. Simply well, it was 75, right? So we're going to get back $30. Okay. So, and then I got to pay, wait a minute. I still got to pay 20 interest, I think. And then I'm going to simply run that thing, take $110. That will give each one, for each share, $11. Actually, I reconsidered my decision. I think I want to take that loan. And I'm going to swallow. I think I can still make good money with that company on the long run. No, we got now there 200 and something. It's enough to... This is going to be enough for 4 train, I think, in the next turn. So I think I'm fine. I think that's a good decision. But of course I got to take another loan. But and I still can then drop the company into the CGR. But I think overall I can make a few really good runs before that will happen. And even then, holding shares of the CGR is not a bad thing necessarily. Problem is, of course, this dropped now because I swallowed. And yeah, that then is the end of the second operating round. We get into a new stock round, but for now, it's of course enough. I'm gonna upload this. I think this is gonna be terribly long, but I think also we've seen a lot of interesting stuff happening here. And yeah, hope to see you on the next video or on lonesomegamer.com. Bye.